Hey, what's up guys? So I want to talk about Tsukuyomi today, and this card came back, and it really didn't do anything as far as the meta. I mean, some people like side decked it for random reasons, but I really think that this card, it's not like too good. I mean, it does have its uses, and I want to show you guys its uses, but I really don't feel like it has that great of an impact on the meta. I mean, even if this card went to 3, do you even think people would play 3? I really just don't see it, seeing any play in competitiveness. I mean, it is a decent card, it has its effects. So I just want to talk about Tsukuyomi and just explain why I think it's an okay card, but I just don't think it is like too good. It doesn't have any like game-breaking moves other than very minor things like get rid of one card your opponent controls. Like basically, it just gets rid of a monster. I mean, Bokumoon kind of does that too, but the reason why I don't think Tsukuyomi is too good is because she doesn't have enough attack. If she had enough attack, maybe like that 1900 should be, really good. Maybe 1500 I think would really help it be able to get over a lot of different things. But that said, if you guys don't know Tsukuyomi's effect, basically it's a spirit, so that means when you summon it, it goes back to the hand. But the thing is, if I can let me zoom in, I'll read the total effect for you guys. Alright, come on, Mr. Camera, zoom in. Alright, okay. Dang it. I think the sleeve is blocking its vision. Alright, nope. Okay, so it says, this card cannot be special summoned. This card returns to the owner's hand during the end phase of the turn that it was normal summoned, flip summon, or flipped face up. When this card is normal summon, flip summon, or flipped face up, flip one face up monster on the field into face down defense position. So, one thing to keep in mind, if Tsukuyomi gets Veilered, it will stay on the field forever, and that would be because only during the turn that it was normal summoned. Like, you guys know how if card D gets an effect failure, you can't card D anymore, even next turn, because card D has to get its effect when it is normal summoned. So that's just something just to keep in mind. I really doubt that would really happen, but if it does happen, keep in mind it's a spirit monster. Spirit monster would then not return to the hand. So when used for Tsukuyomi, let's say, for example, that your opponent attacked into your Snowman Eater, or you flipped Snowman Eater, you flipped it, whatever, you already got its effect, or they effect Veilered it, and then it's your turn, and then you go Tsukuyomi, and you can flip your own monster face down, Raikou, Snowman Eater, any card that you want to use its effect multiple times, you can use it, in that aspect. So I think that it's good to reset cards like Snowman Eater, and then you put it back to your hand. Although I really feel like when you go for plays like that, you are susceptible to like a Torrential Tribute. But the thing is, if you've already +1 off the Snowman Eater, it's totally fine. You're just kind of going neutral at the most. And I mean, at what you lost the Tsukuyomi and Snowman Eater, it's not too big of a loss to get Torrentialed right there. But it is still technically minus, depending on the situation if you got Torrentialed. So that's just one thing. I mean, it's great for resetting your flip effect monsters. That's pretty good. I know Girga Armor is also very good, but Girga Armor can already flip himself face down, so I don't feel like that's necessary. But let's talk about some of the cards in the meta, and how you can use Tsukuyomi. So one really annoying deck to play against is if they go for first turn Logia, set multiple back row. And you're looking at your hand, and you're like, well, I gotta get rid of that Logia effect, and then maybe I can like Heavy Storm or something like that. Tsukuyomi can basically force out a Logia negation, because if Logia doesn't negate the summon of Tsukuyomi, Logia might not be able to use its effect, because you just flip it face down and you can just get over it that turn. But if you don't get over it that turn, let's say that you summon Tsukuyomi and in your hand you just don't have any cards you can use, you might not want to do that. But the thing is, you might want to do that just to get rid of Logia's attachments. That is a possibility, because this deck will be seeing lots of play. And sometimes when you go against second, it is so hard to just deal with a Logia with multiple back row. But Tsukuyomi can just force a quick answer, force the Logia negation, which is good. Another thing is, Stardust Dragon. It's a pretty good card. Sometimes I've noticed a lot of people, when they go for Stardust Dragon, they feel more comfortable set multiple back row. But if you can go Tsukuyomi, book when you're Stardust, let me Heavy Storm now, and then you'll plus. So that's another way you can just use Tsukuyomi. Also, just to get rid of Stardust, maybe you want to special summon like Judgment Dragon or Dark Arm or something that involves destroying cards, and you just get rid of Stardust's effect essentially. Also, cards that, are annoying to deal with, like Neospacian Grand Mole, Wind Up Zenmains, you can, you just attack over Grand Mole. But the thing is, with Zenmains, you might be able to, go for, a Dark Hole, maybe you want to Reborn an Inzector, maybe pop it some other way. Again, just kind of like the Stardust, you're just putting it face down. That way you can destroy it. Like, what you can do also is, if there's a Stardust on the field that you want to get rid of, you have a Dark Hole, you can go Tsukuyomi, and then just Dark Hole it if you're in a position that you want to do that. You know, just keep that in mind. It is available for you. But yeah, it does deal with Grand Mal pretty easy. And another card that is pretty annoying to deal with sometimes is Christia, because that stops all the special summoning. And sometimes you just need to special summon, and Tsukuyomi can put Christia face down, and then you can special summon now, and then you can hurt your opponent by doing something like that. Maybe you can get out Christia, and then their Christia is now in defense, and Christia only has 23 defense. So your Christia would be the stronger Christia, because theirs would be in defense position. Also, another card where it's just one of those cards where if they go and get it out first turn, it's hard to deal with sometimes, and that'd be Shien. I mean, you can go Tsukuyomi. Let me flip that Shien face down. Shien also has relatively low defense, so 1400. But keep in mind, Shien will probably use that effect anyways. So most effective way, it would be maybe if they have no 6 hands on the field, you can just summon Tsukuyomi, flip it, and then maybe either summon another monster, Dark Hole even, because usually they have to use multiple cards to get out Shien in the first place, so it won't be 2- to lose a Tsukuyomi. The thing with Tsukuyomi is you don't have to worry about them reborning it, because spirit monsters, I think pretty much all the spirit monsters you can't special summon. But yeah, one card that Tsukuyomi does deal with that is really good in the meta is Thunder King, because Thunder King, I'm sure you guys know Thunder King's defense. It's 800 because it's a really good card. This is one card where I feel like Tsukuyomi can wreck Thunder King all day. Also, what's good is maybe you have a duality. You have multiple dualities in your hand, and Thunder King's like, you can't duality. You'd be like, oh no, Thunder King, I'm gonna put you face down. Now I'll duality. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's just also an option. Also, another one of those cards where it just stops you from doing stuff is something like Photon Strike Bounzer. Maybe they only have one attachment. Let's just pretend this is an attachment. You could just be like, oh, let me go for Tsukuyomi, and then they'll be like, of course they're in a position where they'll probably want to negate that. And then you'll take 1,000 damage, but it doesn't destroy the monster. The thing with Photon Strike Bounzer, what makes him, he's still a pretty good card, but you just detach and it just negates the effect, and then they take 1,000. So it doesn't destroy the card. So Tsukuyomi would actually survive that, but you would take 1,000. But then they wouldn't have any more attachments. So maybe they have 2 attachments. Maybe you have Tsukuyomi, and then you want to go for another card, and then they negate both. Then you finally get out your Judgment Dragon or whatever card that you really actually want to get out, and just available to get rid of stuff. Another great card Tsukuyomi actually gets over is Dark Arm, because if you guys didn't know, Come on, camera. Don't fail on me. Okay, there. So you got that 1,000 defense, and Tsukuyomi with that 1,100 attack. So good. Camera's failing. But yeah, Tsukuyomi, 1,100 attack. Dark Arm, 1,000 defense. So it gets over that. Also, what Tsukuyomi is good against also is cards that require, like, if you control a face-up thing, like Infernity Barrier, they have to have a face-up attack position. Always remember that it must be an attack position, because I've seen people try to activate Barrier when they have just a face-up defense, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, if you read Barrier. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. So you have to have a face-up attack position Infernity monster to be able to use that, and like something like Gladiator Beast, you have to have a face-up Gladiator Beast. This one, though, it can be a face-up defense position Gladiator Beast, but it has to be a face-up Gladiator Beast. And, Gladiator Beast, sometimes they just control the field too well, and you can just be like, oh, Tsukuyomi, get rid of your Glad Beast War Chariot, essentially, because if they don't War Chariot, then, they might not have it, or you can just get off your play anyways. But Glads do have a lot of good back row, so keep that in mind as well, depending on how many back row they have. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Tsukuyomi because I didn't really see anyone use it, and I don't blame them though, because I haven't been using it either. I just feel like it's a good card against certain times, but I feel like the best cards to like just deal with stuff certain times. If you want to stall, like Reaper does it really well. This guy over here, Spirit Reaper. I feel like this card is just. It's just more solid, it's a more versatile card, where Tsukuyomi sometimes, like, against windups, what are you going to do? Against Dark Worlds, what are you going to do? Against Chaos Dragons, you just don't have that many options against certain decks. But, yeah, I feel like, overall, I just feel like Grand Mal and Reaper are much better just like, I have extra room, let me just throw in one card. But maybe you already have Reaper and Grand Mal, maybe you want to just try Tsukuyomi. But I feel like these 3 cards are great, although Tsukuyomi it's just not seeing any place. But this card right here, oh, this is my new favorite card. But yeah, Tsukuyomi, if you guys have any other uses for Tsukuyomi, like, if there's some explosive play, because I remember, apparently, what was it? like I know there was some lock with Tsukuyomi. It's like Time Seal Tsukuyomi, Mask of Darkness. Like the requirements for it were like you might as well just play Exodia. But yeah, because that's how I feel about Tsukuyomi. I mean, like yeah, there might be some loops, but the loops that I know of at least would require like 3 or 4 cards. Yeah. Well, I mean, and Time Seal is also banned anyways. But that card's actually pretty good because it's super trainable. But at most it's kind of just a +1. But yeah, Mask of Darkness is also at 3, but yeah, again, I just feel like Tsukuyomi could go to 3. Let me know what you guys think. Like, if Tsukuyomi went to 3, would you guys play it? Because what's funny is when the card goes down to 1, everyone will be like, okay, we gotta play it. Because I remember when Book of Moon was at 3, it was like, oh, Book of Moon? Okay, we're double Book of Moon. Then everyone, or sometimes people will just even run like 1 Book of Moon, and then like, it went down to 1, then everyone was like, okay, gotta play Book of Moon. And then like, now, after like Solemn Warning came out, it's like, Book? No, Compulse is where it's at. But yeah, another topic for another video. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Tsukuyomi, as well as is there any combos or plays with Tsukuyomi that I didn't mention. I just pretty much mentioned, like, it gets rid of stuff that, like, stops you from doing stuff, and I think that's where it can really shine. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Tsukuyomi. But thanks for watching, guys. Stardust Dragon, signing out.